guys. We got a special guest today, or a special referee, shall I say. We got Tony. A lot of you guys in the city, y'all know him. First 48, high school, middle school games, mostly any game during the summer. You see this guy everywhere. So just kind of tell the people, who you are. Basically, they know who you are, but kind of like how your riffing career started, and maybe some plans that you want to do with it going further on.
Tony Collier, born and raised Memphis, Tennessee, North Memphis, Smoky City to be exact.
I know.
Grew up in Frazier boy, from Denver Elementary to Georgia Hills Middle to Westside High School. Graduated class of 2002. Probably the best class that came out of Westside, 02. Went to Tennessee State. Once I came back home, that's kind of when I started coaching. Kind of got in the coaching game because my nephew was playing.
Okay.
Started out coaching. First coaching job was North Frazier.
Ooh, yeah. North Frazier.
Won the city. Was a city champ. Got an interview at Melrose High School. Jermaine Johnson had just got the job. I think it was his second year. Became his assistant coach and kind of took off from there. Coached about 13, 14 years. School ball, high school ball, summer ball. Won a state championship at Melrose. Won a national championship with Team Thad in 2016.
Coaching?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know about it. But you getting it all now.
So hold on.
Yeah.
So you sound like you better coach than a referee right now. I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I got a little goal at home, I don't even, I got rings at home. I don't even wear them. The only ring I wear now is my wedding ring.
Okay.
But
yeah, continue on, because they kind of caught me off guard. I'm sorry I had to cut you off.
I coached D. Williams, Antonio Thomas, Jada Kids Williams was on their team, Sammy Jones, Tay was on their team. They graduated from Douglas a couple years ago. That team was loaded. Josh Williams, they went to Olive Branch.
Okay.
Yeah, we won that championship. That team probably lost 2 games that summer. And went to Atlanta. This was maybe the first year or the year before they went to the exclusive shoe circuit.
Okay.
So, that year was Under Armour National Championship. Then after that, they went to, exclusive shoe circuit where you had to be an Under Armour team to get on the circuit.
Okay.
Some unfortunate events happened. I didn't coach that team no more. I walked away from that team, and just did, kind of took a year off. Came back to Team Thad a year later, and was still coaching in Melrose, still working in Melrose. I was with Sherman Jones by that time. He was the head coach. We had a coaching transition. That's where Joe Washington got the job.
Okay.
Coach Joe got the job. I was very fortunate. Coach Joe kept me on.
I went to school with Coach Joe.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, me and him went to the same school together.
Oh, okay. I would shout y'all out, but I'm a Frazier boy, but I know y'all went to Central.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was very fortunate. Coach Joe kept me on. We did some things, man. Had that program trending up. And that's where my transition of coaching, and the reason I tell you this, because that's when my transition of coaching and officiating kind of came about. I always played around in practice as a ref because I always believed in simulating game situations at practice. So I wanted my boys at practice to, get the whole 9, it's cool. You just, you scrimmaging, 5-on-5 pickup, shirt versus skins. But, I wanted it to be like a real game situation. We put the bonus up there. We shoot 1-and-1s. You down 5, up 5. That type of environment. And we reffed.
Okay.
We reffed at practice. Coaches reffed at practice. And I asked Joe one day, because Joe was doing a little rec ball. And I asked Joe one day, I said, how do I get into officiating? Because I'm kind of getting burnt out on coaching. I don't know how much longer I'm a coach. And he introduced me to a guy named Keith Payne.
Okay.
Keith Payne was the first guy. Shout out to Keith. Keith Payne was the first guy to give me some games. He gave me some red games. I kind of had a feel for the game. It's kind of better when you starting out officiating, when you kind of got a feel for the game. I had a feel for the game, played, coach. So my transition probably was a lot smoother than somebody that's, straight off the street.
Okay.
So, Keith gave me some games. I was doing some Vaughn games back when Vaughn was over there in South Memphis.
Okay.
At Greater Mount Moriah. That was my first games in that gym. And I kind of took it from there, and, you just start meeting people. Mm-hmm. You start networking. I knew a lot of people from coaching. I knew a lot of officials from coaching.
Yeah. So
when they seen me reffing, officiating, people was like, hey, take my information, hit me up. If I got some games or something, you available, I'll plug you in. And it kind of just took off from there, man. Like everybody that I ref with, because I was new and I was trying to get my face on the scene, everybody that I rep with, I always exchange contact information. Okay. Because, I believe networking is very, very powerful. And, guys started hitting me up, man, to ref games, and they thought I had been reffing longer than I had been reffing, but I had really just started. And the more I ref, the more people saw me, the more games I got.
Yeah.
So, as my name started getting out there, somebody had a game, they called me, text me, hey, can you do this? The way my work schedule is, I work an early morning schedule, so my availability was wide open. So that's probably why you see me a lot, because I work an early morning schedule. I can ref a lot. I can catch the evening games. I can catch the afternoon games. With a little notice, I can catch an early morning game. But, networking took me from, rec ball to school ball, riffing with guys, hey, you got talent, man, you should step up to, middle school, high school. Okay, all right. Stepped up to that. Doing that, networking with guys, doing school ball. Hey, man, you should travel a little bit. The game fee is more. You get to network with, refs from all over the country. Yeah. I was in Birmingham a couple weeks ago, reffing with some guys from Mobile, Alabama. Atlanta, Georgia. Guys from Dallas, Texas. Guys from Philadelphia. In that organization called Student of the Game. And that weekend was the Adidas Gauntlet. Okay. So, high level games, kids that's future McDonald's All-American, future pros, if you got any aspirations for moving to the next level, college ball or, whatever, that's where you need to be. So, I got in the gym with them guys, and, it was a great experience, meeting guys, networking guys, exchanging information. Hopefully I can build on that and, make a little bit more money in the future.
Okay. We got a few questions, but I don't want to stray away too far. I think the first question, I guess we're referring, And I knew a guy. Well, I actually knew a guy that worked with me. He retired from ref, and he was kind of explaining like, just like, I mean, people may not know this, but you guys, y'all kind of have like an inner circle too. Like, when I'm not saying AAU wise, but I'm talking like high school wise, determine on who get those bigger games and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a fraternity. Anytime you in that fraternity, we want to take care of each other because, one thing I learned when you show up to a gym, when you show up to a arena, it's three teams. You got the home team, you got the visiting team, you got the officiating team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More than likely, we probably gonna be the most hated in the building.
Okay.
So, you have to stick together, because, we all we got. It's us, We want to walk in together. We want to leave together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, there is a camaraderie, a friendship, that goes with officials.
Okay.
We know each other, outside of the gym, we talk. I have a couple people who have helped me out tremendously in mentoring me, giving me games, telling me the good, the bad, the ugly, telling me, hey, this was a good call, hey, that was a bad call, helping me with positioning on the floor, what to be looking at, where are you standing, who are you reffing, a bunch of people, man. Chris May, Felicia Davis, Jennifer Emanuel, Keith Payne, Coach Joe. Man, I don't want to leave nobody out, man, but I could go. Lonnie McGee, Kevin McGee. I can go on and on and on. Rob Cassell, Brad Davison, who's my assignment in Arkansas. Man, a bunch of guys who have helped. Rashawn Little, man, Curtis Hoare, who have helped me out tremendously in my development in being an official.
Okay. Before we get to the juicy stuff, which is I'm pretty sure everybody would like to hear coming soon. So one more question on I guess like during the game. Depending on the game, of course, 2 to 3 refs. How often does it be times where you have refs, basically when y'all not compatible? It's kind of like unbalanced in a sense, or maybe he's new, and at the same time you don't want to kind of take over his side, or he may be making the wrong calls, or he may be arrogant. You may know he may be doing it out of spite sometimes. How do you balance that out, or you just keep control of your area?
Great question, especially for a young official. You want to mirror your partner. You always want to mirror your partner. If I have something on my end and you have something similar or close on your end, because no two plays are the exact same thing. I know you hear a lot. It's a cliche. Hey, that's the same play on that end. It was. It may have been close, similar, but it wasn't the same thing. You always want, but back to you want to mirror your partner. We're working together out there. If we got a chance, doing a dead ball, a timeout, or something where we could talk and sneak in a word with each other. Hey, I'm seeing this on my end. Kind of watch for it on your end. But you never want to work against your partner because, like I said, y'all a team. Y'all in that together. So if he got something on his end, I want to get it on my end. In high school ball, you don't get a lot of this in rec ball. You probably don't get any in rec ball. But in high school ball, we do pregame. So we always want to show up high school game 45 minutes to an hour before the game.
Okay.
So we get to the gym, hey, how you doing? How's the family? How's the kids? You know, you get all that out the way. You start getting dressed. And while you're getting dressed, or after you get dressed, we go over what we call pregame.
Okay.
Pregame are, you know, little subtle, gentle reminders of, you know, officiating rules. Hey, this team likes to run a lot tonight. They like to press a lot.
Okay.
They're a high energy team. So let's make sure we are hustling down the floor, getting in position because they play fast.
Okay.
You know, this team here, they like to work the ball around before they shoot it. You know, they may pass it 8-9 times before they shoot it. So let's make sure we ain't falling asleep. Let's make sure we got patient whistles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's let a play start, develop. Finish is something that you'll hear a lot in officiating. But, you know, you don't get a lot of that in rec ball.
Okay.
In rec ball, you may be riffing with a guy you ain't never met before. So, you know, I'm just going to work my area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, especially if he on something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the ugly of officiating. You know what I'm saying? You don't never want to be in that position because, you know, they can kind of leave you out to dry. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, some guys don't want to be worked with. Some guys just want to come in there, work they area, get their game check, and they out the door. You know what I'm saying? But it's more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? You don't never want to be that guy. You know, you hate you don't want to work with people like that. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. Another question, which I never really asked the ref, and I know there's levels to it. I mean, I didn't record it. Like I said, I didn't record it elementary, middle school, high school, college. Have you dealt with college before having it also?
Not officially. I've done some scrimmages and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
kind of explain the kind of shape you have to be in to deal with them different type of games because it's different type of speed each level.
Shape works both ways. It works in your appearance because, you know, just think about the perception that a guy with a big belly got when you walk in the gym. Yeah, you looking at that official like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So it helps in that way. You know, your appearance. You know, another thing, a jewel that I learned being a young official. If you look good, you know, the way you look, people will think you know what you're doing.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I come in there, shirt tight, no wrinkles in the pants fall down, you know, hit the top of your shoe, you know, I'm looking like a big time official. You don't know if I can ref or not.
Yeah.
You just like, oh, he look like he can officiate. He look like a good ref. So it works on your behalf that way. You know, you look good. People leave you alone. You know, you don't want to be in there with no wrinkled shirt, your shirt falling out your pants and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that dude don't know what he's doing. You know, get him out of here. Secondly, the game has changed tremendously as far as athleticism. You know, kids are jumping out the gym. They fast as, you know, they can hit the light and get in the bed before the light go out. Hit the switch and get in the bed before the light get out.
Yeah.
They go out. You know, they fast as heck. They big. You know what I'm saying? I'm 37 years old. You know, you got kids 7 feet. You know, 6'8", 6'9". You know, can stick their arm in the rim. So you want to be in the best shape you can be in to keep up with them because fatigue is a part of our game.
Yeah.
You know, we fight it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you get tired, you know, it's a big part of our game. So you want to be in the best shape you could be in to keep up with the kids. You know, you don't want the kids beating you down the floor. Now, there may be times where, you know, we go from offense to defense real quick and he might get down there before me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But one thing I pride myself on, you know, when I'm officiating your game, you know I'm going to hustle.
Yeah.
You're going to always see me running the floor, you know what I'm saying? At least trying to get an effort. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, hustle is, you know, very valuable to what we do. So, you want to be in shape.
Side question. Well, a couple of referees I know, I kind of built a relationship with you guys. So, what's the deal with the cameraman? I got some that stand in front of me. I feel like they stand in front of me on purpose. I know y'all have to be in the spot, but like, do you actually have to be in that spot? Like, if I'm recording the game, you see me, you be like, "What's going on, big dog? Who you recording?" Yeah. I know what area you're supposed to be in. I mean, I work with it too. If you're on this side, then I move over there. Right. I kind of swap with you. But at least you give me the consideration to kind of let me still record. I have some referees that just actually literally stand in front of the camera. It's kind of like them private school refs. By the book refs.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's intentional. Positioning is very vital to what we do. Depending on where you standing, you might can't see.
Yeah.
So, where you're standing, who you're reffing, what are you looking at that time, and on that particular play is very important to us. Now, I don't want to say I'm gonna come down the floor and be thinking about, okay, the cameraman is right here, so don't stand right here. Because I may need to get that spot to see a play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, if we come down and the play settles, no shot has been taken, they swinging the ball around a couple times, around the perimeter, you really don't have no action. One of those refs that you probably can say, hey, could you take a step back or could you take a step up? But I'm not gonna sit here and say nobody standing in front of your way intentionally. You know what I'm saying? He probably just trying to get the best look at this play possible. Angles, because that's a lot of officiating. Sitting in the stands and standing on the sideline, people think they see a lot of stuff that's happening that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that may happen, you may didn't see or thought that happened. So, your angle you take and your positioning with your spot that you standing in on the floor is very vital to getting a whistle or not getting a whistle. So, I hate that for the camera guy, but hey man, I gotta get this. I gotta get this spot, man. I got to see. You know what I'm saying?
It was just a little side question because sometimes amongst the cameramen, sometimes we be like, this one just standing here on purpose.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like you guys. You just sometimes it be like like I said, I feel like it be like the by the book, those private schools. They they don't say too much. It's like they in they mood.
You don't want to get stuck in one spot either. So like, he may move in a second or two, but that spot right there, okay, I got to see what happened. Okay, didn't that happen? Okay, let me get out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, or, okay, I got some action right there. Let me get over there so I can referee, these players right here so I can referee this play. So he may be in your way at that particular moment, but, it's just one of those casualties of the game, I guess, for you guys.
All right. Good stuff. The parents. So
which camera can I look into? Can I look into this one?
Yeah, you can look at that one right there.
Let me tell you, parents, something. We are not listening. Y'all can do all the screaming, the yelling, the standing up. Man, we are not listening.
It might be the intro right there. It might be.
I promise you, parents. And with all due respect, what they say, respectfully?
Yeah.
Respectfully, we are not listening. We hear it every game, and after a while, it's just crowd noise. It's just white noise. Like, it's just noise. Like,
but before we get into the imaginary calls, well, let's just say you messed up a call. You just let it slide? Did you personally tell them, or you just be like,
you own it. you know, you don't want to get into the habit of saying, okay, I blew this one, I blew that one. You know, sometimes you just got to move on.
Yeah.
You just got to take it on the chin. There have been times where I had a quick whistle and I anticipated contact. It wasn't no contact. Hey, I just got to go with it. You know, it is what it is. Now, you know, you might say to the coach every now and then, okay, you know, coach, my bad. You know, I missed that one. I should have got it. There have been plays where I should have had a whistle and I didn't blow it. You know, my bad, coach. You know, I get the next one, I'll be better, and you just move on. You just move on to the next play. It just is what it is. That's a part of the game.
Okay. So now for the noise. I mean, now you're pretty professional at it. Just coming in, well, you used to coach too, so you probably was just already trained.
I done gave it to some officials too, so I kind of take it as getting it back. What goes around comes around.
So how was your mindset is in being in that guy with the striped shirt on, getting all the noise? I'm pretty sure, especially now, you know, kids a little more outspoken than usual on the floor. Yeah. So how do you deal with it, with all three different scenarios coming at you at one time?
First, respect. I'm going to always keep it respectful. I'm never going to swear at a coach. I'm never going to use bad language. I'm never going to curse at a coach. So, you know, I don't like to be cursed at.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to curse at you, don't curse at me. I'm going to always keep it respectful. I understand the intensity, the passion. You know, some coaches exhibit it more than others. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a part of the game. Definitely. A lot of people, you know, there's a misrepresentation of, you know, if you're official, you gotta take it. No, you don't have to take it. That's not a part. We could play a game without that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to play a game with you badgering an official. You know, so like, for the people that think that we have to take it or that comes with the game, you couldn't be more wrong. You know, you can come up to a game, cheer for your team, and go home. We don't have to. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the game is not going to be any different if you get on the official or not. You know what I'm saying? The game could be played without that. But we do understand that some games are more intense than others. You have rivalry games and, you know, those bragging right games where, you know, this team say they the best in the city and this team say they the best in the city and, you know, they matching up in the semis to go to the championship or they matching up in the championship game and, you know, it's on. You know what I'm saying? But long as we keep it respectful, long as we talking about things within the game, you know what I'm saying, about the game, things within the rules, you know, about the game. I'm not going to go outside of what happened the game before and talk about what's happening right. Let's talk about this play right here. Once this play is over with, we not going to go back and talk about that, you know, because we have a responsibility to keep the game moving also. So I'm not going to, an official is not going to go back and forth with you all game. If you have a question, we'll answer it. We're not going to respond to statements. You know, we're going to keep it moving. I'm not going to answer questions all night either. You know what I'm saying? First minute or two, you got a question. Okay, you know, man, third, fourth quarter, we hooping. We gone. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be focused on me no way. Focus on your team. Focus on your opponent. The adjustments you need to make. If you keep it like that, then we don't have no problem. Now, you know, as an official, every time, you know, sometimes you got to step outside and, you know, put somebody back in their place. You know, like, okay, you're doing a little too much now. You know what I'm saying? They have things, technical fouls for that. You know, some coaches don't care. But if you really pay attention, like when I really got into it and was reffing every weekend, if you really focus on it, it's really never about the official.
Oh yeah, of course not.
It's the frustration of, something happened that you probably didn't want to happen, or something didn't go your way. If I know you see 1,000 times in the game a kid comes down and blows a layup, smokes a layup. Everybody in the gym want to foul. He just missed the layup. You know what I'm saying? You frustrated with me because I didn't blow the whistle, but why are you not frustrated with your guy for not making the layup?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's not about me. A lot of guys be frustrated with how their team playing, how they impact players playing, so they kind of take it out on officials. But you just have to filter through that stuff.
Okay. All right. Is Memphis officiating different from the surrounding areas? Arkansas, we could say Dallas is not really surrounded, but Dallas, Atlanta, basically the other places that a lot of our kids go to. Is the officiating different? And the only reason I say that because we have a different play style. We're a little more aggressive.
Correct.
So, we have those games where, they want all the calls, but if it's good, and if you don't call nothing, then, they out there, let them play. They letting them play. But when you go out of town, that stuff don't really kind of, I done seen refs that don't, I guess, I don't know if they try to control the situation. They don't apply to their aggressiveness as much.
Tennessee officiating as a whole gets a bad rap. I wouldn't say it's any different. The way I would answer that question is high school ball and summer ball, travel ball, AAU, are two different fields. Summer ball, you officiate advantage, disadvantage.
Okay.
Meaning, people are here to see hooping. They're here to see the big time plays, the high level plays. So, you're gonna have a more patient whistle in the summertime because you advantage, disadvantage. High school ball, you interject supervisors, official supervisors, assigners into the equation. So that kind of differentiates how we call a game.
Okay.
A high school game may be officiated a little more tighter than a summer game, if that makes any sense.
Sketching and drawing.
Yeah, it's high school game is more mechanical. Yeah. Position. Where you standing on the floor. You got 3-man high school game versus a 2-man AAU summer game.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get everything in 2-man.
More freely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? High school game may be a little bit more robotical. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's mechanics are on point. But in any game, you don't want to blow a rule. You don't want to miss a rule.
Okay.
In any game. High school game, summer game, you never want to blow a rule. So, summer ball is a little more looser. High school ball is a little more tighter. My advice to that would be, coaches teach your kids how to adjust. Hey, if they calling hands today, they tight on hand checks today, hey fellas, no hands today. If you got a crew that's, a little lenient with it and let you play a little bit, okay, guys, let's go. But, just teach your teach your players to adjust. That way, that'll make it a little bit more easier when you got a different crews. You know, okay, hey, they letting us get away with this today. Today they not. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. 2 more questions. And I guess I think you kind of answered it, but I guess in a sense you didn't. Let's just say, let's just go off you because you really can't answer for nobody else. We're not going to say high school because it's kind of like you said, it's different. Let's just say AAU-wise because that's kind of what's popular during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
When you make your calls, do you base it off just the calls itself, the flow of the game, or do you depend on the type of player? Let's just say you got a player.
Mm-hmm.
He don't cry for fouls.
Mm-hmm.
He's aggressive. And maybe you just don't call fouls for him like that because in a sense you know he's not going to really worry about it because he's just there to play. Or, I mean, sometimes I guess some refs may get disregarded when kids complain about fouls all the time, so they just you know what I'm saying, I guess flop in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So they make you less to not call a foul because you know he's going to move away from the contact or whatever. If you kind of get the question, do you base that off the play style, the flow of the game, or like the player? Like how Shaq was.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq couldn't get fouled. He was so big, so he wasn't getting them like that unless you just literally grab him.
It's about fouls are about advantage and disadvantage. Flow of the game has a lot to do with it. We like to get a lot of stuff early in the game, so you may see more whistles in the first quarter than you may see in the fourth.
Yeah, that's why they be mad at the end.
You see what I'm saying?
It was a close game.
Reason being is you want to get stuff early in the game to get it out. Okay, fellas, we not going for that tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to have a good, clean game. We're not going to let y'all play like that tonight. So now we can have a smooth rest of the night because we got the BS out early. Adrenaline, a lot of adrenaline is at the beginning of the game. You see how the guys get ready for games. They're clapping, they're jumping. We ready, all that type of stuff. So the game may be a little wilder at the beginning.
Yeah, control like fights.
Right. So okay, let me get some of this stuff so it won't get out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, the guys are playing okay. They playing smooth. We got a nice flow going.
Yeah.
You may not get, okay, there's no need for a lot of whistles no more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, some stuff you just got to get. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I got to be the bad guy, then hey, I can't let this go, because if I let this go, then my partner gonna have to let it go on the other end. Or hey, my partner, like you know what I was saying in the beginning, like similar plays, same plays. Hey, my partner got this on the other end. Now don't be mad at me because I got it on my end now.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we matching plays. That's what you want. You say you want it on both ends. Okay, we matching plays. We working together. You know, we mirroring plays. For the guys that complain and don't complain, that has no weight on what we call.
Okay.
You know, if he don't complain and he get fired, I'm still gonna give him his fire. It don't matter. All of the head movements and the flopping and stuff like that, you either got fired or you didn't. You know, that the head movement and the flopping and stuff has no bearing on if you get a whistle or not. You know, a lot of guys, you know, a lot of coaches say, well, oh, he didn't get fired, he flopping. No, coach, he did get fired. You know, the flop was just, I guess he wanted to make sure he got the call, but that's not why I gave it to him. He got fired. Okay. You know.
All right. Last question before we gonna get you out of here. And please, if y'all gotta watch this interview, I'm gonna push for this, because this is, you get to see the aspects of what the refs are, you know what I'm saying, how they evaluate the games, and this could be good footage for you players to kind of figure out how to control the game in a sense.
Yeah, we look at the game totally different than a fan in the stands. Even a player, you know, when I was coaching, I coached for a long time, man. I coached in some big time games, Melrose versus White Station, Melrose Central, Melrose East, you know, you know, Team Thad versus Atlanta Celtics, you know, Wallace Prather, you know, I coached in some big time stuff. But when I started officiating, man, I feel like I ain't know nothing about basketball because they look at the game totally different than, you know, a coach or a player. And I think when you're a coach, when you understand officiating, when you look at the game as an official and a coach, it makes you a better coach. Same thing with a player. When you can understand why an official called something, why he didn't call something, it makes you a better player.
Okay. So, we're not gonna be biased, I guess. This summer, no order. I mean, it ain't gotta be off skill. Your top 5 players that you get to watch, reffing, no order, and then maybe we'll go top 5 coaches.
Man,
no order.
Players is gonna be hard because I really don't know a lot of these guys' names.
Okay.
Especially the young ones, but man, Memphis had the future. I'll say this: the future of Memphis basketball is very bright. It's a lot of talent coming up, man. A lot of talent. You know, I wish these guys, you know, could sit down and work together. Everybody put their egos aside, but you know, from being a coach for a long time, I know how this stuff go. I understand. But I can't name them guys, man. It's
that's understandable.
I don't know their names, and it's just too many of them. But the future is very bright. Coaches, woo, man. It's some. I'm a young guy too, so I kind of feel awkward saying, you know, it's some young up and coming coaches because I'm young too, and I'm a young official, so I don't feel like the OG. You know what I'm saying? But it's some guys. I love to see Woody coach. I love to see Coach T coach. Man, who else?
It's a lot of them.
Man, it's a lot, man. It's some the game is in good hands. You know what I'm saying? The game is in good hands, man. You know, there's no slack to, man. You know, anybody that's volunteering, that's taking their time out to pick kids up, feed kids, clothe kids, drop kids off at home. You know, be a mentor, a father figure.
Especially if you still got kids.
Yeah, you know, anybody that's doing it, man, you know, deserves their flowers. You know, you're special, man. You know, especially black men, you know, in our community, man, you know, you special. You should be celebrated. You know, you value. I want to tell you guys, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it takes. You know, you riding down the street, you got 6, 7 kids, 8 kids in your car, you trying to get to a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On time. Man, you know, it's a lot, man. You know, you play a morning game and you got to keep these guys, you know, safe and entertained. You know, you got 2 or 3 more games throughout the day. You got to feed them. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, that take a lot, man. You know, but, you know, man, shouts out to all you guys that, you know, put their time in, that do it for the kids, you know, as they say. You know, you do it for the kids, and, you know, if nobody ever tells y'all thank you, man, I'm telling you thank you. You know what I'm saying? I know what you guys go through. I felt that pain. You know, you take time away from your own kids, you know, your own house, your own family, and pour into you know, others. You know, man, you guys should be celebrated.
Some people can lose their families like that.
family, you always got to take care of the house first, man. Don't never lose your family, you know. That's the good part about officiating. I ain't got to pick nobody up. I ain't got to take nobody home.
We appreciate you for coming to the studio today.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, bro. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it.